Hello, my friends, and good morning. I've got to go to work soon, so unfortunately I got to keep this short, but I owe you guys a video so much. And I have some things that I really want to talk about. My first one is a little bit of, like I said, I really want to start talking about more sociological issues in Japan. The way, compare and contrast just the way that I feel and I notice that people think. And a very interesting one I got reminded of based on current J-vlogger drama, which is everybody's thing. And I'm not going to tag anything about this in this video. I'm not going to put it in the title because I don't give a shit about the views over issues that are stupid like this. But it was insightful for me, so if you watch this video anyway, I hope you find some interest in this. People have been talking, as they always do in this community, about drama between J-vloggers. Of course, the most recent being Unrested and Tokyo Sam. Of course, they're friends and they played a big joke. But here's something that I found interesting, even as it directly related to myself. I've watched both of these guys for a while. I like them. I've watched more of Unrested because I like Osoroshi Saturday. But when the Julian Blanc thing started spiraling out of control and became a hot topic issue for a few days, and hey, great, I'm glad the guy is gone. I really am. I'm glad that he's not coming back here because that's good news for the people that live here and for people that could have been taken advantage of. So anyway, when that was becoming an issue and these two guys were taking polarized sides over the issue, I found myself confronted with the fact that I had to take a side. Why? I don't know. Why do we feel like we have to take a side? That is very Western. And I had this conversation with a group of Japanese people yesterday, and I said, we have this feeling of, if you're not with us, you're against us. I have to take a side. I have to talk about who I support, and I need to know if you support who I do. I mean, I think that's why elections in the U.S. get so much more airtime than elections in Japan. Why we start talking about it so early, because we want to own a side. It makes us feel like we're part of something, and it makes us feel like more of an individual, even though we are labeling ourselves. It's so counterintuitive. So we're giving ourselves a label that's putting us in a group, and somehow it makes us feel like more of an individual because we've clung onto an ideology, which is super backwards. But and Japanese people don't have this, and I brought this up in my last video about how they don't have the necessity to take a side. They can pick and choose, cherry pick things that they deem worthy to believe in, and just not talk about it. Avoid the confrontation. I was thinking I was going to talk about whose side I took, but now I think I'm going to back off from that. I just don't feel up to it at this point. But I'm definitely willing to carry on the debate if anybody wants to, because I picked a side and it's so important to me. So hey, that is one thing that I just thought was fascinating that I wanted to reiterate because it directly related to something I mentioned in my last video. The other thing I wanted to talk about is drinking and drinking patterns. If you are from another country, if you are a foreigner who moves to Japan, how do your drinking patterns change when you get here? I can tell you for myself and for a lot of my friends, the majority of my friends are, and I don't know why, but the majority of my friends are either American or Australian. I just get along with them. Well, and of course Japanese. But They don't particularly play into this equation. I can tell you that one thing that changes when you get here, as far as your drinking habits go, is the art of the pre-game. All right, we don't in the U.S. and Australia, you can't have we have open container laws. You can't drink outside, and so now when you leave the house, so when you leave work, you walk outside, go to the nearest conveni, pop and walk. It's the art of the pop and walk, and so pre-gaming has evolved. You can be a couple of drinks deep before you even get anywhere, and then, because Japanese people love to drink, but they generally aren't as big as foreigners and maybe don't drink as strong of drinks as we do, there is nomi hodai all over the place. Nomi hodai is all you can drink set, and it's cheap. And a lot of us, not all of us, but a lot of us are English teachers. We make okay money. No problem keeping your head above water as an English teacher, but it's not the greatest paycheck in the world. So when you see an opportunity for all you can drink, you take it. And because you're paying for it, we drink, and we can drink more than a lot of Japanese people do. And I think the freedom of doing something that it just is new and is a novelty kind of makes us let go of the reins on our self-control a little bit. And hey, again, this isn't an accusation to anybody. This is my observation and my experience. But I'll tell you what, I've done some stupid shit out here. And you saw my videos in New York. I mean, you probably saw my videos when I was in New York. You know I was doing stupid shit in New York. In some ways, I've got a better handle on my life, but I drink more. I don't want to say I'm an alcoholic, but I'm just trying to give you guys some idea of why, and why you might, if you come here. Now, I've got a friend who also teaches. Great guy. I really like him. He's an Australian, and when he got here, he just had no money. But I liked the guy, and I really wanted to help him out. So, I don't really drink liquor very much anymore. I just prefer drinking beer, shochu, and Japanese sake. This guy, he didn't have a coat because he moved here from Okinawa. So I had an extra coat, so I thought I'm gonna take him this coat, and to be a friend, I'll take him this bottle of booze that I've got laying around my house that I don't really have too much interest in drinking. So I pack it all up, take the long trip out to Kichijoji to take it to him, and I get there and I'm like, hey, here's the coat, let's have a drink, I'll leave you with the rest of the bottle. And I thought maybe we'll have 1 or 2 glasses of this booze, relax for a little while, and I'll head on home. As it turns out, he had other plans. I guess he couldn't really afford to drink for a while. He wanted to go pretty hard. Maybe he always goes that hard. I don't know. I shouldn't judge him. But we put that bottle down. And that's not me. I'm not a big booze drinker like that. I lost consciousness. Some videos surfaced of my just like people just messing with my passed out body. Like I don't have a whole lot of shame or stock in these videos because I was unconscious. But man, it's funny, it's stupid, but I guess and that is part of the economic hey, the struggle is real out here for some foreigners, and so when the chance comes, go overboard, drink liquor neat because they can't afford ice and mixers, so I believe that may play into it too. I hope that I will always be responsible enough with my money that I can always drink responsibly in a way that I want to. So, anyway, that's a pretty tacky story. I got myself untagged, so don't check my Facebook. You won't find them. I should have all that shit deleted. Anyway, hey, thank you so much for watching, guys. Totally love and respect everybody who watches. Don't lose any respect for me just because I told that terrible story about passing out at my buddy's house in Kichijoji. Little footnote to that. Everybody who was there at the house that night decided to wake me up to go to karaoke. So I, didn't want to just sleep alone on this guy's couch all night. So I went with him and decided I would just sleep in karaoke, which I did. Like, I pretty promptly just passed out on a couch while we were in a karaoke booth. And then somebody put on Empire State of Mind and shook me awake and handed me a mic. They're like, hey, it's New York. And so I stood up, sang it perfectly, didn't miss a beat, didn't miss a lyric, put the microphone down and went back to sleep, and ended up making first train the next day to go to work. And the first half of that day was pretty hard. Yeah. And I have not touched liquor since, as in hard liquor, as in not beer or wine. And who knows, it may be a while before that happens again. All right, I got to get to work. Thanks so much for hanging with me, guys. I appreciate you, and I will talk to you soon. Please like, comment, subscribe. Any questions that you have, please leave them in the comments or email me. That is arrowjero6@gmail.com. In addition, one more shout out tonight. Brad from Bradford and I are going to we're going to Maid Cafe, and we will be making reaction videos, so please watch out for that. If you don't follow Brad from Bradford, what is your problem? Funny and nice guy. That is BRADFROM, BRADFORD, Brad from Bradford. So stay on the lookout, and I will catch you guys soon. Johnny.